my job was done. Like, everybody at the table was laughing, but everybody outside the table looked at me like I had just shat on their dinner. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Morning Wood Podcast, the only podcast that'll get you up and ready for the day. My name's Lane.
I'm Gavin.
And this week, we have a really great episode for you guys. It's going to blow your cocks off. It's going to be great. But first, I do want to say that we are recording this in front of a live audience. Both my wife and Gavin, your girlfriend, is here as well.
Yeah. Yep. She's a rough critic, though. So.
Yeah, my wife can be kind of a rough critic, but I'm not going to say that.
I can tell from the bruises.
The bridges?
The bruises.
Oh, the bruises. I thought you said bridges. What the fuck? No. I don't see any bruises.
I know you hide them.
I do hide them. I'm physically abused. No, I was singing, unrelated story, I was singing the other day, because I do that, and I like sing karaoke on the weekends, and Alexis looks at me and she goes, "Chew," and I was, because I was singing like what you do or what you say or something like that, and I said what chew, because that's how the guy that sings the song actually says it, and she looked at me and she goes, "You're not chewing anything," and she's right here in front of me. Just for the people listening, she's right in front of me laughing because I'm pointing you out right now. I'm exposing you. You're gonna be canceled. But yeah, no. So live audience, we tried to record a couple episodes a couple weeks ago, or last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Last week? Or...
Yep.
So, yeah.
The recordings got fucked up more than my family did when my dad left.
And yeah, so they're broken. They're never going to be seen again, just like your dad. They're never going to be seen again. But let's move on. How are you doing with your dad leaving and all?
It sucks.
Yeah? Expound. Yep. Expound on that.
Well, my mom didn't teach me how to shave.
Oh, fuck. Is that why you got a beard? Let me
Yeah.
see your pubes, bro.
We should probably take this to the back.
No. Right here in front of the live audience, show me your pubes real quick. Does the morning wood...
Oh, the morning wood don't even shine through the bushes, buddy.
I was about to say, does the morning wood shine through the bushes? Honestly, no, I'm not even gonna try and make that joke. But no, actually, how are things going? How's your week been? Been a good week?
Been working a lot. It fucking sucks, but hey, I'm making money, so.
Hey, I mean, that's all any of us can try and do is just make a little bit of money working 24/7. I feel like Oliver Anthony.
I got a Green Goblin mask today. Lorena thinks I'm a fucking nerd, but I love it.
Listen, I would have done the same thing because I've actually genuinely actively looked for a Green Goblin mask just like that. And when you walked in and showed it to me, I almost shit my pants, and I'm not kidding you. I have looked for some time for one of those masks.
Yeah, I was looking for them on Etsy and shit, and they go for like almost $400.
I know, and they're like movie accurate too.
Yeah.
So like I would spend like the Spider-Man mask too. I would so spend the money on that, but I have rent to pay and electric bill and internet bill and...
Well, I got it very cheap, so...
You lucky motherfucker. Yeah, no, there's lots of different things that I could just like completely waste my money on. Two of the biggest purchases that have kind of been a big fail for me are me and my wife's car. Because I bought my car, 2 weeks later it broke down because the mass airflow sensor went bad, so it broke down while we were driving it. And then her car has been... How many times has it broke down? It's broke down a lot.
What do you drive?
She drives a 2012 Chrysler 200.
And what do you drive?
I drive a 2012 Ford Fusion.
Oh, you drive a Ford. That makes a lot of
Listen,
sense.
man, listen. Not all of us can go out and freaking spend more money than I'm currently worth alive on a car.
I'm not. I'm spending other people's money, not mine.
That's wise. That's wise. A wise man once told me spend as much of other people's money as you can without getting caught.
Yeah. A wise man once told me to shut the fuck up.
A wise man once told me, I love you, son.
A wise man once told me goodbye.
Did he actually?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes it more sad. Uh, Bring that maybe a little bit closer to your mouth. Maybe it can. I don't know.
Sound like Lorena now.
Oh shit. No. No, I mean, listen. I see your waveform, so it's a little low.
It was actually kind of loud when I played it back though,
Was
and
it? Okay, then
it
never
looked
mind.
low.
I wasn't sure. It just looked low because mine is almost peaking right
I'm
now.
using a shitty fucking recorder.
No, 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 no. I don't think that's it. I think we'll be okay.
Mm.
Okay. Well, we'll keep that in the episode, but yeah, do you want to go ahead and get started and introduce the episode, or do you want me to do that?
Um, yeah. So today we just want to talk about times we pushed our dignity to the side and we're just total dumbasses.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck. Disney, not Disney. Dignity can
You're getting
really
sued now, buddy.
what?
You're getting sued now.
Oh, fuck. Disney owns my ass, and I will forever be indebted to the mouse. Did you hear that Mickey Mouse is actually like public now? Like anybody can. That's crazy. It's like public domain, so
Yeah.
anybody can make a Disney movie.
I
Or
use them for my fanfics now.
yeah. Hi there, Gavin. What the fuck? Um.
I have them do the hot dog, but different way.
Ah. I see. Yeah, no, so Dignity, not Disney, but Dignity has taken a real back seat for me many, many times before. And I actually have a really good story that I think you're gonna like find really funny. I know when I told it to my wife, we were first dating, we were trying to get to know each other, and it was a very embarrassing story. Um, that I haven't, I've lived on past it, but I haven't mentally prepared myself to like tell this to people. Okay, so it's still up in my brain, it's burned in there, and I'm gonna tell it to you right now. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Thank God. So let me paint you a picture. Fourth grade me, bowl cut, uh, freaking like really short, shorter than I am now, like 4'11". Fourth grade me, right? We were. It was a long day. We had like an ice cream uh, outing day, so we had just come back in the classroom. It was hot outside. We just had ice cream, and I wasn't feeling great that day. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't feeling the best. Um, but I'm gonna tell you what happened, and I need you to tell me if you would be embarrassed if it happened. So they were, the teacher was announcing different tables to go to the bathroom at a time. That way, it wasn't the whole class. Okay, go to the bathroom. So he announced one table, and then he announced the next table, and then my table was the next one to be announced to go to the bathroom. Do your business, clean up, whatever, go back at the side. So what I ended up doing, or what ended up happening, I didn't do this on purpose, but right as the last person from the table in front of me left, um, I felt a little rumble, if you know what I mean. Like in the stomach, I felt a little rumble, and it it escalated very quickly. Um, and what happened was I felt a little rumble, so I like kind of grabbed my stomach a little bit, and next thing I know, the most massive, wet sounding, sweaty ass fart starts rippling out of my body. And I fucking like was so embarrassed because I'm sitting there, the table in front of me starts they just left to go to the bathroom, which is even worse, right? I feel like, am I wrong in thinking that it's worse that they were announcing people to go to the bathroom, and it sounds like I've just shat my pants sitting there in the fourth grade classroom?
No, I just blame it on the kid next to me.
Well, here's the thing though, the kid next to me was doubled over, but he was crying laughing. That's what happened. And then other people started laughing to the point so much so, and I'm still like, it was a long fart, and I grabbed the seat to try and like to pinch my cheeks enough to where I wasn't like farting anymore, and it just made it louder, right? So it was like echoing, and it was long. It was like really like it was bad, dude. And even the teacher started laughing at me, and he announced me specifically to go to the bathroom. And that followed me 10 years.
Now at the ass crack of fucking midnight, dude, you just hear a fart, faint and
I know.
distant.
I know. I hear my fourth grade teacher going, "You're excused." Fucking dude, it was like the most ripply long fart too, and I was so embarrassed. But that's my first that's my first and best. I will say it's my best, but that's my first story. What do you have? What kind of times have you left your dignity in the back?
Um, there's a couple times, and they're not super bad. I'll just go with like a very quick one. When I was younger, I thought that if I would clench my fist hard enough, that Wolverine claws would come out.
Ah,
I used to sit there and grunt, just staring down at my fist.
dude.
Then this one actually happened like a few months ago while I was in college. So we were trying to sell tickets to a concert that my frat was having, one of my frat brothers, and we were just talking to people and shit. And I was just sitting there telling people like, you should buy a ticket, and some of the money will go to me finding my dad. And this guy came out with cheesecake, and I asked him, I was like, is that any good? And he was like, yeah, it's all right. And I was like, can I have a bite? And he kind of laughed and was like, no. And then he turned back and he's like, do you want it? I was like, yeah. And I just ate after this guy who I didn't even fucking know. And it's not my first time doing that. I've taken so many people's food.
I feel like I remember you were one of the ones that would like, "Hey dude, I'll give you my dessert if you give me your lunch."
Yeah.
Like in school, were you one of those guys?
Not really.
I feel like I was definitely like if it was the pizza dippers day, I would like I'll fucking do your homework for a piece of your lunch.
I would trade people if we would have like corn dogs and stuff because I don't really care for them. So, but that was about it.
Yeah, no, I would like I was a fat ass though. I would like beg for people's pizza sticks. But bringing it back to the Wolverine thing, I when I was in school, I don't know, we went to the same school, right? You and
Hmm.
me. Um, do you remember, and I feel like I've talked to you about this, maybe it was other people, but for some reason, when people would say something to me or whatever, one time, I looked at him and I was like, oh yeah? Well, they said something like mean to me. They said something like off the wall that was like disrespectful to me. And I was just like, oh yeah? Well, fucking, I'm Spider Man and you're not, so. And that followed me too. Do you remember that?
Hmm.
Yeah, no, like people thought that I was Spider-Man in school for like forever. Like people will still come up to me that I went to school with and be like, "Oh, you're the kid that thought you were Spider-Man, huh?" And I was like, "Who the who says that?" No. I was like, "Did I say that a lot to people because I thought it was funny?" Yeah, I did. But it's embarrassing because I'm known as the kid who thought he was Spider-Man.
I've kind of became shameless in my older age.
Well, yeah, at my older age, I don't really
My
give a fuck.
rightful age of 20, I will do anything. I will walk up to people and say the dumbest shit. Like I walked and talked to Rena, and I'm just talking about getting fucked in the ass, and then there's like an old lady that comes around the corner. I'm just like, oh
And
shit.
she's like, "Excuse me, there."
I'll
Hello?
just I say the most off the wall shit, and then someone comes around the corner, And I do get a little embarrassed for a moment because like I don't expect
Because
it.
you're like a human.
But like when people tell me to go say something to someone, I have no problem doing it.
So that kind of reminds me of another story. There was one time me and were you there, babe? At B Dubs with Dylan and with the little. Okay, so yes, and Eric was there, and yeah, so it was me, my wife, Dylan. You've heard of him?
I think so.
Um, we hopped on a Zoom call back in 2020 for like 10 minutes together, and talked about doing this exact podcast. But besides the point. So Dylan was there. A couple of other people were there. I don't remember. Alexis's sister was there, and her boyfriend at the time was there, and we were just like bullying her sister's boyfriend because he was kind of a deadbeat. He was kind of a bum. Nobody really liked him that much, and we were kind of being a little mean. We were kind of being a little disrespectful. We were in a restaurant. We were at B Dubs, and what I ended up doing because Dylan was just stealing the show. He was being really funny, and I'm okay funny. I can be funny.
Did you rip ass again?
No, I didn't rip ass again in the restaurant. No, that would be terrible. Especially with, B Dub's buffalo hot sauce wing ass. Um, but I did not do that. Instead, what I did, do you remember on TikTok the little people would get like a stick or like a wand or like whatever, and they would go the abracadabra, Havada Kedavra? You never heard of it? The so on TikTok, it's like a Harry Potter thing where Voldemort, the guy with no nose, says Havada Kedavra really loud, really dramatically. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to peak my microphone out. But that's pretty much what I did in the restaurant. What I did was I grabbed a toothpick and I held it like it was a wand. And in the middle of and I don't know why I did this, but in the middle of the B Dubs restaurant, I stood up, looked at my sister in law's boyfriend at the time, and I stood up and I pointed it at him and I said, just like that, like super, super loud, super obnoxious, super annoying, terrible. And immediately after I did it, like my job was done. Like everybody at the table was laughing, but everybody outside the table looked at me like I had just fucking shat on their dinner. Like I just pulled my pants down, put my ass on their table, and just like I don't know, wiggled around. Like it was like they all looked at me like I was crazy, which granted, but I was embarrassed for a while there after that.
I've not really had any moments like that.
See, dumb shit. I told you I'd do dumb shit. Do you have any other stories?
Mm.
I've really tried to drag mine out so that you can think of something, even if you're not fully listening to me. If you just grab bits and pieces out of thin air, you can kind of make it seem like you're paying attention. So like my next story, you can just kind of think,
Oh
wow,
yeah, I
well,
wasn't paying attention the whole time.
oh, were you
No,
thinking
no
of
I'm
something?
fucking with you.
Were you thinking of something to say, or were you just too captivated by my stories?
No, I was just yeah, I was listening.
Sweet, sweet, hell yeah.
I mean, it's not super embarrassing, but I was kind of the life of a party one time.
How so?
Just getting super drunk. Oh, wait. Actually, that brings, you know what? Segue to a new story.
Okay,
I
segue
got
to your news.
super fucking drunk one night,
Okay.
and I went back to my dorm, and Lorena was in there, and then I just puked all night long. And
Oh,
she just had to baby me.
well, let me tell you a drunk story of mine, and I don't know if I've told you this before, but let me just tell you. Let me paint you a picture, as I tend to keep doing. So, my sister was in town, her husband, me, my mom and dad, my wife, um, we all went karaoke, and they had a little drink there. that I was pretty fond of. It's called an Adios Motherfucker. And it's basically like a blue Long Island iced tea. Like it's like a Long Island, but it's got blue Sirocco in it. So it's like kind of sour. It's got a bunch of different liquor in it. Me and my wife shared a lot of those, and I also ordered 2 shots of Crown and 2 shots of Fireball to make cinnamon apple jacks, and
That's the whitest thing I've ever heard.
shut the fuck up. Okay, listen. I could have been drinking Hennessy.
Actually, stealing this one from one of my frat brothers, but he was really, really drunk one night, and we were sitting there watching, what is it, Barnyard or whatever?
Back at the barnyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he seen the black cow, and he's like, "Do black cows make Hennessy?" I think it's a good question.
That is a good question. We'll talk about it another day. Anyway, finishing my drunk story. That sounds like a bad 90s sitcom. Anyway, fucking meanie. So yeah, no, we got very drunk. I spent a lot of money that night. And we came home, let her in. We both were so drunk I couldn't even get the door unlocked. And we walk in, and I look, and I see my wife just kind of like holding the wall and like falling in slow motion. She just kind of like, she didn't fall. She just slid down the wall in a way that made it almost look like she was falling. And she says that she opened the bathroom door to let the dog out, and the dog just kind of ran, and she got dizzy, and she just hugged the wall, and the wall let her down very gently, and that was very nice, very sweet. I went to bed that night, and I had alcohol poisoning. So the next day I woke up, I was on my side of the bed, she was on her side of the bed, she was puking, I was puking. It was a bad time. We were actually supposed to drive to Indiana for their Christmas thing because my wife's from Indiana. So we were supposed to drive there for their Christmas thing, and I was still drunk when I woke up the next day. And I couldn't drink anything, and my dignity really did take a back seat then too, because like I had to have my sister bring me water because I had no water in my house, and it was bad, but I love when a story falls flat and goes into just complete silence.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say after it.
I know it was such a riveting story, wasn't it?
Indeed.
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 Looking for a job? You need Indeed. Listen, if anybody wants to sponsor us, I know this is the first episode, but we're not too early for sponsorships. Now we can get a sponsorship for the low, low price of whatever you pay, because we need the money.
I want Jack Daniels to sponsor us. I'm a practicing alcoholic.
I'm a practicing alcoholic. That's something you don't hear very often.
I have to drink and beat myself because my dad wasn't around to do it.
So you have a drinking problem for your dad? Or because of your dad?
No, I'm practicing.
You're practicing. Do you drink alone or do you drink with friends?
I prefer drinking with friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Only alcoholics drink alone, as a wise comedian once said on America's Got Talent.
Yeah. Sometimes I just drink wine and cry in the bathtub.
Did
That's
I
a
ever
lie,
tell you
but-
that actually brings up another story of mine? Did I ever tell you about the time that I just completely annihilated a wine glass in my shower? I did tell you that, or I did not?
No, I'm just learning
You're
things.
just learning things about me. So, let me paint you a picture.
Hold on. Let me guess. You cry watching soap operas too.
No, I was actually watching the movie Get Hard with
Good movie.
it's
Taught me
yeah,
that I need to learn how to suck a dick.
huh?
Said it taught me that I need to learn how to suck a dick because I
Yeah.
wouldn't make it in prison.
Yes. So if you've seen the movie Get Hard, it's very funny. But no, I drank a little bit, didn't realize how much, and I was like, I'm not feeling it. And I made this drink that was whipped vodka and Sunny D, and it made like an orange creamsicle alcohol. And it is good, but it is very dangerous because you don't realize how the alcohol is affecting you, right? So I pour one full glass, full wine glass, mind you, and I drank it. And I poured another one, full wine glass, and that's after 3 hard Mountain Dews. So what did I do? I poured the second one and was like, I'm starting to feel it. I'm also starting to get a little bit tired. But I need to shower because I have work in the morning. I know what I'll do. I'm going to take my drink that I just poured and drink it in the shower. Hot shower, cold drink. Sounds like fun. I'm drunk. Let's do it.
Did you puke?
No, I didn't puke. No, but I was drunk. I was naked and I was dealing with glass in a slippery spot.
Drunk, naked, and afraid.
Another show we could start, man. Um, so what I did was I went to set my glass on the little shelf that we have in our shower, and I missed, and it
Oh,
hit the floor. So I'm sitting there, and I'm butt ass naked, and I come out, and I'm like, shit, I gotta clean this all up. Like, I gotta make sure that it's like there's no glass, and I gotta make sure that like Alexis doesn't get mad at me.
doesn't think that you're just trying to recreate one man, one jar.
Right. Yeah, she doesn't think I'm trying to like recreate one man, one jar. And so, man, that's a callback from like a long time ago.
Just broken glass, naked guy. What's going on in here?
Yeah, she's gonna come in. She's gonna be like, "Let me see your butt." Um, but no. So she was asleep on the couch when this all happened, and I was like, I'm not about to wake her up and tell her what I've done. So what I did was, still naked, come out, get a dustpan, get a freaking whatever I used, got the trash can, brought it in there, cleaned it all up, wrote a letter on a paper plate because I didn't have any paper. Well, I probably did, but I couldn't find any. And I left it right next to her that said, what did it, do you remember what it said, babe? According to Alexis, I said, "Hey, honey, I, I dropped a glass in the shower. Be careful if you go to shower in the morning. I love you. I'm sorry. Don't be mad." Something along those lines. And she woke up and she was like, "What is this about?" And I was like, "Don't, don't bring it up." But do you have any more embarrassing stories? Any
Not really.
any other thing where dignity really takes a back seat?
I guess there was a time where I didn't get dressed in time for a football game and I had to change in front of the whole Granville audience.
Nice.
I had to strip down in my underwear and
Did you go to
change
school in
in.
Granville for a while?
No. That was like that very short time that I played football in Utica.
Oh,
I didn't play long at all. I didn't care for it at the time.
yeah. Yeah, Utica football sucks, dude.
Yeah. I don't it's the coaches. It really is. Just bad coaching mixed with I don't know if all their players have spirit or not. I haven't been there. I don't know. Cuz I didn't play long enough to even really know anybody besides like Hayden. I mean, Hayden's playing in college now, so
Oh, yeah.
he goes to Marietta with me.
Hell yeah. Well, unless you have more stories, I think we can go ahead and wrap this one up. Put a nice bow on it.
Yeah, I think
Before
that's it.
before we wrap everything up though, I do have a question. Are you bricked up right now?
Always.
Always?
My laptop's like levitating right now.
Did you yeah, same. Did you have any Viagra today?
I mean, that's the only way I get up in the morning, so
Really? Did you hear about the guy that died of Viagra overdose?
you bastard.
Did you hear about it?
Yeah, I heard they couldn't close the casket.
Yeah, it was real hard on the family.
Yeah, it was some raw news, that's for sure.
Yeah. I hope they're
Well,
okay.
it's a stiff way to end it.
Oh fuck. Man, it's really hard to come up with these jokes like right off the tip of your brain. It's
Yeah.
really really hard.
I don't know. Better stop before we get the shaft.
Yeah, I think that's enough for today. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Morning Wood. If you would, please leave a like or a follow or a subscribe or whatever it is that you can do as of right now. Do you have anything you want to plug, Gavin?
Stay hard.
Stay hard. That should be the end of every episode, I think. We just say, stay hard, America. Stay hard, America.
All right.